Okay, and we're back. Frank Frazetta, Fantasy Illustrated, number one. I'm just going to look through these a little bit. This is this first one here. What it is basically is this is like a recognition of other artists who carry on the spirit of Frank Frazetta, according to the publishers. And so none of these deal directly, at least that I could see, with any Frazetta material, but they are supposed to be celebratory of his style of work and reflecting his commitment and you know uh, visions, type of vision. So, but you have orders, people like Richard Corbin, Joseph Michael Lindster there on the second one. There's William Stout. Wendy Penny's got some of her ElfQuest stuff in there. Joe Jusko has a story. Tony Daniel, Alex Horley, and David Mack with a kabuki sample at the end. So this was like a showcase of artists that they felt carried on the tradition of Frazetta. Anyhow, if you want to see stuff like is based on Frazetta's work, they're doing stuff like that now. You can find it, and there's information about some of that and more at Frazetta Girls, and I highly recommend you go there and check that out. This is Richard Corbin, of course, and she's got some real good content on there. I've enjoyed it, what I've seen of it. So this is the sample of number one. I'm just going to briefly go through it. There's some Wendy Penny. And get back here to the David Mack, Joe Jusko. There, I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's his, and I can't remember the other artist who did this. But yeah, that was it Horley, or is he on this one? Yeah, could be. And there's Kabuki, the Kabuki sample from David Mack. And those are always some beautiful comics. I've got a few of them. Let's see. Not sure that was the best one, but okay. So, yeah, good stuff for issue number one. They didn't have much of a explanation of what they had until they reached number two, and then they in the letter from the publisher they went into that. So number two, let's see here. There we go. Let's see where I'm thumbing to. Pretty much got some of the same lineup, joined by some new ones. Of note here, there's Joe Maduria, the Hildebrandt brothers, Alex Horley again, Tom Grinberg, there's Elliot Leon, there's Tony Harris, Alan Dean Foster. Not so much, but you will see those others that I was thinking of. There's a Mobius story, and Larry Elmore. They're the others I referred to, like Corbin. They'll be back here as we go along. Here's some of the sample. I'm not going to pause overly long on this, but yeah, they'd. This one, did I put one immediately after? Yeah, nope. So there's not anything. Later on, they'll start doing little features on the cover that just one page, and they'll do another sample without any of the cover banner on there. So, and then we get to number three here, and I'm going to stop this at number four because I hit 5 minutes. It takes me a long time to load up. I'll finish the other four on the next video. This is number three. There it is, yeah. That's the piece I was telling you about before, where they kind of tell you a little bit and make a little piece about the cover from Frazetta. Always a Frazetta cover on these. And in this issue, you've got a Frank Frazetta story in it. Okay, the Huntress. Oh, that's the what we just looked at. Okay, yeah. And then Richard Corbin again, Hildebrandt Brothers, Joe Jasku go. And yeah, like I said, a lot of returning ones. Charles Vess shows up this issue, Piers Anthony. Okay, and sometimes those would be poems or little story pieces that some of these would do, like they had an Alan Dean Foster excerpt in one. So basically, well, this will, one more will do the Joe Jasco. And get past, yeah, here we go. Some of this. And then number 4, with the Death Dealer on the cover. And I'm going on 7 minutes here. I'll finish this one up and then we'll look at the last 4. And let's see. Oh, I didn't mark this one. Okay. There's the write-up. And there's the, here we go. And this time, Alex Horley again, Steve Stone, Dave Winnetz, well, got me, Wendy Penny returns. There's a excerpt from Anne McCaffrey, the Dragon Rider author, the Dragon World author. She wrote so many books about that planet and system and the history behind it. Some really good stuff if you haven't seen it. The Dragon Riders of Pern, and then Moretta the Healer. So that's pretty good. Said they went eight issues, 2 years, $98.99. There's the excerpt from Anne McCaffrey. And number 5 will be next. And I'll stop this here and be back to finish them up.